Dram shop is when you can, it's bar or restaurant or liquor store liability for selling alcohol to somebody or generally over serving somebody. So if you get hit by a drunk driver, a lot of times you're going to be limited to the insurance they have on the vehicle. But if you've got a decent lawyer and they're going to do their background investigation and they find out that that person came from a bar, we're going to include the bar in that action as a defendant, and we're going to want to do some discovery. We want to see camera footage and other kinds of evidence. We may want to interview witnesses, especially if the injuries are very serious. The more serious they are, the more money and time we're able to put into a case. So in a case like that, like I said, most common, you get hit by a drunk driver. If they were overserved, there's going to be bar or restaurant liability potentially, and definitely seen those cases, and sometimes it's quite obvious. At least the bigger ones that I've had that were meaty, there was a lot of times it was very surprising, but there was no question as to whether or not they were overserved. We've got them on camera and they're stumbling, or they're getting a shot and now they're being served in a glass and it's like 3 fingers of scotch or something like that. Definitely had some serious injury cases and wrongful death cases from people being overserved at bars. On top of that, a very common one are regulars that tip people very high. So had a case where somebody was paralyzed in an accident, unfortunately, and the defendant was being overserved at a bar by basically a bartender that she just knew he tipped well. He was tipping $100 every 2 drinks. He was given a $100 bill, and he was known for that. And she was pouring him way too heavy. And so, of course, he left the bar and he caused a serious accident. So, whole point being, our goal when somebody's injured is to find as much available bays of money. We're looking for all the funds we can get to be able to compensate that person and that family and to be able to take care of them for life because they're injured. And so that's where the dram shop piece comes in. I've nothing against a bar or restaurant. I don't think they should be over-serving. But if somebody causes an accident, they've got $25,000 in insurance, and I find out the defendant's being served by a restaurant, they've got $1 million worth of insurance, I'm absolutely taking that case, dram shop liability against the bar.